In this video, I'll be looking at the reading "Understanding Social Media Logic" by Josie van Dijck and Thomas Poell. Over the past decade, social media platforms have penetrated deeply into the mechanics of everyday life, affecting people's informal interactions, as well as their professional routes into work. We would first look at mass media logic. During most of the 20th century, mass media gained power not only by cementing their status, but also by developing and commanding discourse and guided the organisations of public space on the internet. It also began to take over TV, so television cameras and broadcast techniques add intimacy and intensity by rhetorical power of words, shots of victims, presidential candidates, to allow people to feel like they're there watching them as it's filmed in the moment. Secondly, the tendency of mass media is to present themselves as neutral platforms that fairly represent different public votes and voices and opinions, whereas in fact they operate as filters through which some people get more exposure to than others. Depending on what you watch and what programs you watch, it will filter you in the right direction of what they want you to think. One of the most insidious aspects of media self-legitimisation, Alfred and Snow contended, was the use of rating polls and other surveys as scientific evidence of audience demanded, and also the legitimisation tool for amplifying representative public voices, which through TV, that's what the intention was for. Elements of social media logic. Social media can roughly be referred to as a group of internet-based applications that build on an ideology and technological foundations of Web 2.0. Social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, as well as user-generated content sites including YouTube, Flickr, became the core of the host of these web-based products. In Alfred and Snow's theory on mass media logic, the media was generally presented as an enormous palette of media organisations whose aim dependent on their public or commercial objectives in the content. Traditional media institutions have always addressed popular national or regional audiences, which TV normally does. So does the radio, again allowing you to listen to what's happening in your area, and depending on where you come from, listening on their opinions, which again social media doesn't. Which this is what it's telling us: being able to connect to other people around the world and country and regions. You get to hear different aspects which you don't necessarily get to hear in your own town, village, depending on what you're watching on TV. When social media platforms emerged in the early 2000s, their primary pursuit seemed to be endlessly being connected. Facebook established itself in 2004, wanting college students to be able to connect and share, whereas user-generated content platforms such as YouTube started in 2005, and which aimed connecting users to self-made content that people had made and uploaded. Again, looking at receiving the likes. Datafication. Part of mass media logic, especially television, was always the ability to reach a mass audience in real time, which we know that obviously social media started to take over, being able to film things live instead of watching it sort of an hour or two later, which you would watch on TV. Now that we're able to live share things and live video record straight from our phone onto social media, it's talking about how we were able to do that, and people were still able to watch and be able to watch TV in real time, and had the ability to reach audiences. Now we've got social media, we can reach audiences worldwide, and not just people that are watching that channel. By being able to share and like, it communicates it to everyone. Television magic was and still is the ability to draw a large image and large crowds to watch live images, again, which social media does, because you can carry it out more and more. Facebook and Twitter increasingly wield their potential to mine online social traffic for indicators and trending topics, keywords, public viewpoints, and frequently shared and liked items, which again, the more and more you like something, the more you research something by using keywords, the more you hashtag certain things, on your newsfeed, certain things will appear that you'll be interested in, and that's the way Facebook and Twitter and lots of social media have been made. And then lastly, social media logic. So the 4 elements of social media logic is programmability, popularity, connectivity, and datafication. And it's all in the understanding of how, in a network society, social interaction can be mediated, and how it is mediated in order to drive you, in order to look at certain things. The more and more you research things online, the internet stores it, and then will start to send you things on what you may want to be interested in, because it remembers things that you've searched. Social media logic has gradually infiltrated mass media logic, sometimes enhancing it, but sometimes undercutting it and replacing parts of it by shifting our focus away from other institutions to social media logic. So it's also driving us to watch things online instead of allowing us to watch live things or in real time on TV.